I just want to keep checking out. It's horrible. I'm gonna watch a movie. Anyway, this is so funny. It's not funny. She don't know the fuck. I just want my listen to check out.
You already recorded that.
Check the fuck out.
Okay.
And I'm check out. Anyway, I fucking forgot how to sleep. You couldn't have me. Not me. I'm not even hungry now.
I don't think you're allowed to eat.
Shut the fuck up. You're gonna duck one. I'm hungry now. Get some water. I'm sitting on a couch and shit. I'm tired now. I want to sleep or I don't want to sleep. So this is fun. I walk on myself. Can I move? That was easy. It's kind of fun because I dizzy. Yeah.
You said you were taking a nap.
Well, I was going to, but...
You never called me once.
Ooh.
You leave the bath filled, which could have caused water damage. Candles lit, which could have burnt down Las Vegas in a bottle.
I didn't know I was falling asleep.
Lane, that's what this betrayal
That's
is
the
about.
thing.
Chicken
I was
chow.
so nervous.
Lane.
I fell asleep out of nowhere.
To admire. What happened to the pristine girl?
And then I woke up
What happened to my little
and I was
George,
like, damn, already?
Full truth.
And I was kind
I think
of
you're overreacting.
Oh, really? When were you going to tell me about that?
Where did you find this?
Oh well.
My highly trained security specialist.
No,
Can't
okay.
expect to keep secrets from me.
It was so much
I
fun.
didn't think I'd
It's
get it.
been not having any notice.
I didn't even know you applied there. What happened to
Yeah.
certified technical junior?
Hey.
Hello. Sorry if you hear the TV in the living room. I just got so bored of like sitting in there. And my sister fell asleep even though she's supposed to be like semi taking care of me along with like my mom. And she wasn't. And I was so bored of it. So then they're like laying me down, putting on the stuff, like the little like sheet thing, and then like putting on the little monitors and stuff on my body. And then I feel like I'm just gonna tell you from what I remember, and if I remember anything else I'll just backtrack. But after they're strapping me in, the doctor comes in and stuff, another assistant comes in, so there was 2 women in there and 2 men in there. The main assistant, he was a guy. I had already met with him. It was a new doctor because the original doctor, like, I don't know what happened to him. So I was just trusting this guy for the first time with my life. That's another reason why I was super nervous. He knew my case and everything. He knew what I needed to get done and everything. He explained. He's like, "Do you have any questions?" And I was like, "Let me think." When he walked in, I started laughing like I was giggling. He's like, "Look, you're already giggling." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm so fucking nervous." And then I remember asking before he came in, I was like, to one of the ladies, I was like, "Can you tell with this like heart monitor machine, like, can you tell if I'm nervous?" She's like, "Yeah, we'll be able to tell with your heart rate and stuff." And I was like, "Okay." And hearing all that stuff made me even more nervous. And then they're finally like putting in needles to like take out blood from like my bottom 2 sockets. And I'm terrible. Like, I get shots every week for my allergies. I get 3 shots all in one, like in a minute, all on the back of my arm every single week. They don't hurt. I kind of like the pain. Like, it's not a good pain. It's not like I like it. It hurts, but like it's a pain that like I like to deal with. But then like getting my blood drawn, I don't know why. There's only one time that I didn't like, there was only 2 times that I've got my blood drawn like in the past like year where I didn't faint. It freaks me out. So I remember telling the former doctor that I do tend to like get very like lightheaded, and like sometimes I do faint, and he was like, okay, we'll give you a Valium beforehand so you're not. And they didn't prescribe me one. I went in, they didn't give me one. He just went in for it, and I was like, okay, like it's fine. Then I started feeling the lightheadedness, and then I started feeling the blurriness, and I was like, this isn't right. They haven't given me the IV or anything, the anesthesia or whatever. Fuck. So I was like, is it bad that I feel lightheadedness? And then he was like, yeah, you're kind of losing your tan. I'm like, I look really pale right now, but before, like, I had like a pretty nice tan going on in my face, and he said I was looking pale. So they laid me back a bit, and then I started feeling better. They put like a cold, not a cold, but like a washcloth on my head, and they flipped it around a few times until I was feeling better. Then he put in the IV, and we were just waiting. I thought the IV was going to take a while. So I was waiting there for not even a minute, just thinking about that. And then out of nowhere, I started feeling the tiniest little like buzz, I guess. And then I remember like calmly like waking back up a little bit. And I don't remember if I giggled first or like I smiled first. But then I remember like I heard little chatter, and I like saw the lights and everything, and I woke up and I was like a little smiley. And then after that, like 2 seconds later, I remember hearing my mom coming in, and then my sister, and then they're like, right, we're gonna put you in the chair. I remember them trying to like, not trying to, but like the lady helping me up in the chair, and I was like, okay, like I was doing my best to help her. But then I remember like hearing my sister laughing at me, and then so I just started laughing with her back and forth. And then I just had my eyes closed. Like I tried to open them, but it wasn't working. And then I remember like the lady and my mom and my sister were all walking. Like she was wheeling me down to like the hallway to where the elevator was. We went downstairs. We got to the car. I remember I was giggling back and forth, and mom was like, what is wrong with you guys? And then I remember like the lady was like waiting with my mom, and my mom pulled up the car. And then I don't know what the lady was saying, and I was like, thank you. And then she's like, you're welcome. And they helped me into the car. And then I remember getting in the car, and like I think they buckled me up, and we went to Walgreens. And on the way to Walgreens, or like while we were waiting or something, and then I started playing Lizzo. You guys are gonna laugh at me. I'm so swollen. I look so fat, and it's so stiff here, and it hurts, and then look at.
I totally trust ABC Mouse, especially as a teacher. It has math, science,
I can't move my
reading.
face.
ABC Mouse is an expert in education. It breaks it down like an educator would in the class.
It is it's day 2, right? The day after, the night after. Or like, I don't even know. Like this is day 2 and night 2, right? I'm so swollen. I look so like big, and this side is like less swollen than this side. I really like the way my lips look. I look like a chipmunk. And it sucks because I like cried a little bit today because I want to eat actual food. Like I'm sick and tired of just drinking yogurt and eating gelatin and fucking eating like blended up soup. I had chicken noodle soup right now for dinner, and that was torture because it's not just like my wisdom teeth that I'm being like cautious around. It's like the front of my mouth, the roof of my mouth too. I have to be careful there, up here, because I have stitches up there too for that extra tooth that they took out. And so eating has been hell. It feels like when you bite in, the doctor explained it as like, it's gonna feel like when you bite into a really, really, really hot pizza and you kind of burn the roof of your mouth. It's gonna feel like that, and it does. It feels like there's plastic like on the roof of my mouth, and it just feels so weird. And it feels swollen a little on that side of the roof of my mouth. And like, I haven't put in my Invisalign because I can't open my mouth further than this. Like, without me like forcing it. And I don't want to force it because I don't want to rip stuff. And so yeah, today's just been so sucky. This is what I look like fucking day 3. Not as swollen. I'm like rinsing my mouth out with salt water. I've yet to put in my Invisalign, and I don't think I'm going to, because I can't open my mouth about like past this. And it's just hard. And I can feel my teeth shifting back. It sucks. I hope it isn't too much, but I'll let you know. Hello. It is day 4. This is what I'm looking like. I'm starting to look normal again. It's just really tense in these areas, and it's still a little swollen right here, but I don't look as bad as yesterday. I've yet to put on my Invisalign. I didn't call yesterday, obviously, because you're seeing this clip now rather than seeing a clip of me explaining what the orthodontist said. But anywho, I didn't call them because I figured if I'm not going to put them on anytime soon, I'll just call on Monday. I do feel like my teeth are shifting back. Today, my molars, especially on the bottom when I was eating, they were hurting. They were aching pretty bad. I can feel them moving back. Like, this tooth is hitting this tooth again, and I could just feel like it's not good. So I am pretty scared, but as soon as I can, or as soon as I can like open my mouth without being afraid to like rip something, I'll start putting them back in. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me. Hopefully you can, but I do want to mention that I am like getting bruising on this side. Like, that's bruising from the swelling. Not much on this side. This side is like almost back to normal. This side's a little bit more puffy down here, but like I said, there is bruising. Hello, I'm ready for bed. I look like Dookie. It is day 4. I am not as swollen. I'm almost back to normal. There is bruising on this side of my face. I'm sure there will be some here tomorrow maybe, but this side is less swollen than this side. I still haven't worn my Invisalign. I ran out of ibuprofen at 4 in the morning. I don't have any more, so I'm just taking Advil now. I think I slept like biting my tongue, so I wasn't biting down completely, because I can feel my stitches when I bite down. And so like now the sides of my tongue hurt, and I can open my mouth this big. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like an inconvenient pain at this point. It's not even like pain, it's just inconvenient. But yeah, I'll let you know how tomorrow goes. I'm ready for bed, so that's why I'm doing this quickly. Hello, I've yet to call the orthodontist because I tried to put on my Invisalign this morning and it just was, there's no way I'm gonna put it on anytime soon. There's still bruising. It is covered up by makeup, but obviously not well enough. I went to work today. I'm feeling a lot better. When it comes to like my mouth, my teeth actually hurt because they're like shifting back to how they used to be prior to like Invisalign. Like, they're slowly moving back, and I can feel that. I think like at some point today when I was eating, most of my stitches right here in the front, like came off and like were dissolving, and then they just like came off. Tomorrow is like the day I'm supposed to be switching my Invisalign to week 17, and I think I'm just gonna go back to week 15 and wear that, but I'm gonna call the orthodontist for sure tomorrow because I need to know what I need to do. I'm not too scared about this front now anymore because the stitch is basically gone. I think it's more like the back. Hopefully tomorrow, like, things are a lot like less swollen back there and I can pop them in. But yeah, that's all. Oh my god, I look crazy. Okay, so it's Tuesday. They're still bruising a little bit. It is Tuesday. So 6 days since I've gotten them, everything taken out. I called the orthodontist, and like I mentioned before, they told me to put in my Invisalign as soon as I could. And for the past few days, I haven't been able to put it in because I couldn't open my mouth wide enough. Everything was still kind of swollen. So today I finally called, and I asked if I should put in week 15 or 16. And they told me put in the week that feels the most comfortable between 15 and 16 because they're the only two options I gave them. And so I put on 15 because I knew 16 was going to be a bitch because I could already feel my teeth shift back. And I got them on. I carefully like maneuvered like around like all the scarring and stuff. Anywho, I put week 15 in and my freaking teeth hardly fit in those pieces. Like, there's so many gaps. Like, my teeth have been shifting a lot. Like, you can't tell, but yeah, so I'm gonna keep these in with them in. Like, they feel normal, they don't hurt or anything, but they are definitely hurting right now. And they were really tough to, like, I was using my chewy and like biting every little piece, like on every single tooth, because they were not fitting correctly. Okay. So it is day 7. It's been a week since I've gotten my wisdom teeth out. Top stitches up here I think have fallen out already. It's just these down here. There's still a tiny bit of swelling. There's still a tiny bit of like, there's still some stitches in there on the bottom. Yeah, and it's still a little swollen back there. My face, I don't think it's that bruised anymore. It hurts a little right here. It's still tense right here, but not as bad as before. I kept in week 15 because I realized that week 14 has these two bottom attachments on them. So I didn't want to put those on because those attachments aren't there. So I kept these on. My teeth are still trying to adjust to them. So I think I'm just gonna keep these in like I normally do for like a week, and then I'll switch to week 16. Thank you so much for watching. If you did watch, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this was interesting. Hopefully it was a little informative. And if you have questions, comment them down below, or you can DM me on Instagram, whichever one is better. And yeah, hopefully you guys keep watching my videos, and hopefully those of you watching that know me aren't watching these to make fun of me. Yeah, okay, bye.